So to start, let's talk about some problems Mid-City Bank is facing. Some problems are their decrease in profits, loan requests, and loss of long-term customers. The problems our group should mainly focus on is how the new communication system is negatively impacting customer satisfaction. Some examples of this happening is their weakened reputation, their revenue loss, and a decrease of competitiveness in the banking market. And to just sum it up, Mid-City Bank's installation of the new communication system has isolated its customers, which then resulted in decreased customer satisfaction, account closures, and decreased profits.
Thank you, Laurel. So yes, our main problem right now is that we have automation taking the place of the people who were in the company, and it's turning away our loyal customers. We're seeing that because long-term loyal customers that we had are closing their accounts right now. There's a decreased amount of loan requests and a decrease in profits after the automated system was implemented. So we have less customer loyalty and profits and less advantage in the competition of other banks. The new use of an automated communication system has decreased customer loyalty, causing a decrease in company profits and loan requests.
All right. And before we generate possible solutions, we also have to, before we do that, we have to establish a criteria. So establishing our criteria can go into how does the technology that the Mid-City Bank is introducing, how does it go with the customer demographics? Does the new tech align with the traditional slash the conservative customer base? And I don't think that it's aligning with the customer base. That can probably be one of the problems. And then another problem is, are the customers satisfied with the new system, which is probably a no since accounts are closing and loyal customers are now leaving the bank.
So, for possible solutions, I have a few. So, the first one would probably be go with a new system. So, how do we find a middle ground before the original way of doing things where our customers were definitely happy, but we're not getting left behind by bigger banks and all that? So, in Ralph Wong's report, he mentioned that there was a guy in town that he knew that could build a new system at a price that makes sense, and he knows what issues the banks are having, so he could kind of tailor it towards this specific bank. The next one could be, which might not be ideal, but I think it's something to think about, is do away with the system. So obviously, since we were losing customers and things weren't going as well as planned, um, what was so wrong about how we were doing it at first? Because based on our customer demographic, it seems like they really enjoyed having personable tellers and always being able to talk to someone in person. So it's something to think about going to the way things were originally done. And then I also have train employees. So in one of the reports, they had talked about how it was just kind of implemented. There was no warming up to it. So maybe the issues that we're seeing with this system is that people just aren't really sure how to use it to our advantage. So I think maybe training employees with how to utilize it in the most efficient way would be very beneficial. And I think a solution that goes with all of this is finding that middle ground on cost as well, so that we're not blowing all this money on something that we don't know is going to work.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like those are all kind of solutions that I feel like make sense. That was one of the things I had written down originally as well, is that obviously we want to spend as little money as we can and make as much money as we can. And we've already spent, $200,000 on this update in technology. So that's definitely something we want to take a look at. Does anyone else have like other possible solutions, or do y'all agree with what he said?
To be honest, I think I agree. I think after establishing the criteria, I do believe that um, well, if we rewind a little bit, there's definitely been an investment made already, a monetary
Yeah.
investment made already. So it's not like we can just go back and back
Mm.
to normal, lose the money. Um, but the customers aren't happy at the same time. So there's no way we can just keep doing what we're doing. I do agree that finding the middle ground is going to be our best option here. It allows us to um, pretty much tailor what we're going to do depending on the audience, by keeping this human side of things, and also keeping the automatic system as well. I think we can tailor to different types of audiences, those who prefer the technology side, those who prefer human to human interactions. This allows us to save the money that we've already invested in the system. And I think also something that's going to be really important going forward is the way we market these changes. Are we going to market it as like, are we going fully back to normal? Are we marketing this as like, hey, we listened to the customers and we fixed it? I think our approach with the customers is also just as important as the solution that we're actually gonna do.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And just to kind of piggyback off Sebastian, I think it's important to integrate the customers with this new technology because if you don't, then it's just going to be a waste of money. So making sure that even if the customer base is traditional, that they can still integrate with the new technology as well. So I think that's definitely important, and I like those possible solutions as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think that solution is the best with saving money and also having technology involved in the workspace.
Yeah, we absolutely need to still integrate the technology because it is so efficient, but still finding that area so it's still personalized to our customers.
Yeah, definitely. Um, so one of the main things that kind of stuck out to me is that a lot of the customers that we've had for a long time who actually stayed with us even after, our prices and our costs went up, unlike the other banks around us, is that we did have, you know, people picking up the calls no matter what. So they didn't have to worry about, talking to a robot or just going straight to a recorded answering machine. So that's something that kind of set us apart. And now that we've upgraded the technology, we don't have that anymore. So the problem is that these customers are still here with the same technology that everyone else has, but they're paying more. So it doesn't really seem like there's any reason for them to stay. So I think definitely making advances and you know, helping the customers, get used to the changes is definitely something that we should do. Um, I think what Kyle had mentioned earlier about bringing in Ralph Wong's contact, the guy who is actually one of our customers, but he knows exactly, what we're looking for, and he could help, update our technology and, move us in the right direction. I think that could possibly be a good solution for us. What do you guys think about that?
Um, I'd say I completely agree with that. I think being able to have a personalized system after seeing how just kind of implementing a system that we don't really know too much about went, I think going with someone who knows us, who knows our struggles, who can work with us on a price is definitely our best bet.
Yeah, I feel like what we originally tried to do with updating the technology was try to implement, something that works for other banks, but not necessarily our bank. And I think that's what's caused the revenue and the returns that we've made to go down so much. But with Ralph Wong's contact, he'd be able to do it for a price that we could handle, but also update and give us a system that fits our bank's needs.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And just making sure that we stay true to who we are as a bank. People love our bank because they're able to talk to a person, not a robot. So just always staying true to our main objectives as a bank is also important as well. So I definitely agree with that.
Absolutely. I think going off of what Michaela said, just understanding what our core values are, understanding why our customers prefer us over the other banks. That's going to be the way to go. Like we said, I do agree that finding this middle ground and updating the system is going to be the way to go. Just as long as we understand what our core values are, understanding what our target audience is, as long as we define that and understand that, um, the solution's gonna work either way as long as we take care of the loyal customers.
So I think that this is going to help our marketing side of it too, because our advantage is the personalization versus the other banks who have gone full technology. They're going to remember this brand as someone who they can relate to and they can talk with.
So, if do we agree that we've found a solution?
Yes, I think we have found a solution to the problem.
Awesome. So, I'm gonna go over the meeting real quick, just so we're all on the same page. So, our main problems are that there's a decrease in profits. The customer satisfaction has decreased, and obviously, this comes from a revenue loss and isolating customers because of the new system that we implemented. Customers want face-to-face interactions, and our new system didn't allow them to do that. So, how going over the criteria, we need to understand how does the new tech align with our customer base, how it aligns with our core values, and how do we not leave our loyal customers behind. Some of the possible solutions, of course, we went over them already with us finding a solution in the middle ground. This new system um, is going to be tailored to both audiences, those who prefer face-to-face interactions and those who prefer the technology side of things. And we are gonna make an investment if I'm not mistaken as well. Just so we find this middle ground and this solution is also gonna help us marketing wise. And yeah, I think the sky's the limit for this bank now.
Definitely agree with you, Sebastian. Definitely agree.
Awesome. So yeah, if that's the plan, then let's tackle it. Let's make this bank the greatest in the States.
Let's get her done.
Yep, let's
Awesome.
get it done.
Doing good.
Perfect. So I think that concludes our meeting. I'm glad we came to a good solution. I think that's going to help this bank succeed.